What's up, YouTube? This video is going to be covering the transmission flash that I had last week through BOOTMOD3. Before you get to that, I just wanted to mention a little bit of the upgrades that I have done to my car so far. I have installed an AFE dry air filter. You don't want to go with the cold air intake. I think it's not worth it. I have installed a VRSF, 3.5 inches catless downpipe. I have a PRL aluminum charge pipe right down here. I'm happy with it. The stock one tend to crack under a heavy boost. I have a catch can installed. It's Mishimoto baffle catch can. This actually meant to be for F30. Since I couldn't find one that it's meant to be for F10 engine or F10 body. As you can see right down here, I had to trim it, cut it around here, twist it, repaint it to have it fit right in this spot. So I have enough room to get this bottom portion right down here if I want to empty it. And I do empty it every 1,000 miles. And it's actually full of some nasty stuff. It's a mixture of oil, water. I had to re-trim this plastic cover right here to fit, especially after I installed the tubes for the catch can. I replaced the valve cover a couple months ago. So far, so good. Actually, so I got this thing off eBay. Before I bought it, I asked a few people that they went with it, and all I heard was good stuff about it. So I went with it a couple of months now. So far, so good. Just have to torque it down to, the right torque. I torqued it down to 7 Newton meters. So far, so good. No problems at all. As I mentioned before, I have the downpipe installed. The engine is kind of quiet, as you can hear right now. I took off my aftermarket exhaust. It's quad tips. I wanted to look like an M5, but it was kind of way too loud for me, especially on a highway, as I mentioned in my previous video. In-cabin noise, the drone was killing me. I'm gonna rev my car with the stock exhaust to see how quiet it is. As I mentioned before, it's kind of quiet, which I like. I do most of the jobs myself. I don't like taking it to the dealership. I meant the stealership. I replaced the battery. When I bought it, it had an aftermarket battery. It wasn't quite well. It wasn't delivering a full voltage for the accessories. I went back to a BMW stock battery, and I had to program it. So the dealership was asking like crazy prices for the battery installation and programming it. So I bought it myself and I installed it, and I programmed it using one of these Foxwell OBD readers. This thing cost me about $179, and I wasn't sure if it's gonna program it the right way, but actually, I just followed a few tips that a buddy of mine told me about, and it's, so far so good, no problems. I had it installed for, I would say, 4 months now. Everything runs smooth the way everybody wanted. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to ask. I'm not a mechanic, but I love to do most of the things myself. Let's get back to the transmission flash thing. So far so good. So Pro Tuning Freaks mentioned that this TCU flash is meant to take care of the third gear and sixth gear. So when the car shifts from second to third, it tends to like drop RPMs, or like it, you know, kind of weakened a little bit, then it goes back up. With this tune, it actually it stays up. Like when you push hard, like it doesn't drop or goes back up, so it keeps going up and up and up. And I did actually realize that my transmission is actually can get kind of strong. It does shift faster, especially on the third and sixth gear. Even if it's on like a regular drive mode, it's still, you know, it's still good. I had a WRX. That car was fun to drive. I was doing all the job on it myself, like all the upgrades, turbo back, cop, like everything you could think about, I did it myself on that car. I'm not a mechanic, but I just love to do things myself, as I said. I love BMWs actually, like, you know, they're reliable. Maintenance is pricey, that's why like I stick to, you know, I try to do everything myself. First of all, you gotta do it honestly, you gotta do the job the right way. If you take it to the dealership, you don't know what they have done to it, especially, you know, for example, an oil change. They don't even let it drain longer to have all the bad oil drained and, you know, replace it with the fresh oil. They only do it like in like 10-15 minutes, which, you know, they definitely leave like metal shavings inside, which is not, you know, it's not healthy for the engine. Sorry for making this video too long. Thank you guys for watching, and have a great day.